On day 2 of the Battle of Gettysburg, the Army of the Potomac had a little bit of a problem. Whenever they found, through the efforts of Gouverneur K. Warren, that their left flank was completely exposed to an attack that was about to happen under the command of Confederate General James Longstreet. And if you've watched the movie Gettysburg, or if you've read the book The Killer Angels, well, you know about who was at the far end of the Union left flank, and that is Joshua Chamberlain and the 20th Maine. And that is where I happen to be right now. Now, we've covered this again on a previous series in History Traveler, but today we are bringing an artifact from Little Round Top right here to where it was found many years later. Now, I covered all of this in a video in the Gettysburg series of History Traveler, but I think it bears repeating again. So, under the command of Strong Vincent, Joshua Chamberlain and the 20th Maine were placed here at the far left flank of the Union line. And right here, we can see the right flank marker of the 20th Maine. And their line would have extended down right along this stone wall that we're looking at. Now, this stone wall wouldn't have been here at the time, and it went all the way down to this point right here. That's the 20th Maine marker, and then it would have taken a sharp left so that they could deny their flank to the Confederates from Alabama who were attacking this position. And then if you look there in the distance right there, well, you can see the left flank marker of the 20th Maine. And this area right here on July 2nd would have just seen a swarm of bullets going back and forth all across this hilltop.
This is a Union cartridge box plate. So where this would be located is on the cartridge box. The Union soldiers would have a U.S. belt plate, which would go on their waist that held together their belt, and they also had one on their cartridge box. And as you can see, this example was struck by a Confederate bullet, and it stopped the bullet. So a cartridge box is pretty thick. It has some tin slots in there, and so there's a lot there. But you can see it crashed in pretty hard, and this was found on Little Round Top many decades ago by a local person, when it was then legal to source this type of material. Today, of course, sourcing anything from our battlefield is not legal, but this was found so long ago. It didn't matter at that point. It was accepted to find relics many years ago, and many people did. This is probably one of the neatest artifacts from the Battle of Gettysburg in our collection, simply because it just tells such a story of, you know, saving this soldier's life, perhaps. You know, I mean, a cartridge box is worn on your right hip. So a bullet crashing into that area of your body would almost certainly be a fatal wound if it would have kept going. So we're here at the 20th Maine Monument. You know, this is the famous unit that fought on this slope of Little Round Top. We don't know exactly where this this box plate was found, except for it's documented as Little Round Top. But we assume this is where some of the thickest fighting was, so it was probably somewhere near here. This is the first time I've brought this artifact out to the spot, and it's just really fantastic to hold this at this spot where history happened on July 2nd, 1863.
Well, whenever you were talking about rare artifacts, I don't know if it gets any more rare than that. Now, I mentioned that the spot here at Little Round Top is where there was just a hail of bullets going back and forth on either side from the Confederates to the Union. And Erik mentioned how it's illegal to do any battlefield recovery or digging or anything like that. That wasn't always the case. But you can actually go to the Gettysburg Museum of History's website. They have artifacts that were recovered years ago that you can purchase for yourself and have in your own collection. Use it as a teaching tool for the next generation, or for friends who want to learn more about the Civil War. But yeah, pretty awesome to be able to come right here to this place on Little Round Top, where one of the most famous actions of the Civil War took place, and connect with history through a very rare artifact.